Mugabe?
I got him as a non-ZANU person.
I'm interested what you say that you agree with land reform. What do you think South Africa?
Chief! Can I ask you to
time on our program. But today we are still focusing on Zimbabwean politics. We are still looking at what's going on in Zimbabwe. A lot of people have been sending in their comments. A lot of people have been telling us what they think about what's going on in Zimbabwe. And due to viewership demand, we also managed to get the attorney of law himself back in the studio, and this is what he has to say for some of the issues that are going on in Zimbabwe. And I would like to welcome Attorney of Law, Mr Mapanzure, on this platform that we have. Attorney, a lot has been happening in Zimbabwe.
Yes, indeed.
Recently, we've seen President Emmerson Mnangagwa announcing that the elections are yet to be held. The date has been announced. And also, we've seen MDC take part in various marches and a lot of things. But first of all, I've got a few questions that have come through from people from our online platform.
Yes.
Many have been sending messages on our Twitter account and also our YouTube channel. The first question is saying, we've seen the date has been announced. What's going on? How are the arrangements in Zimbabwe? What's taking place?
Okay, thank you very much, and welcome to you viewers. And well, elections are going to be done on the 30th of July. His Excellency President of Zimbabwe, Emmerson Mnangagwa, has announced 30 July as the date for people to go and vote for the people of their choice. So 30 July, each and every Zimbabwean has to go and vote where they have been registered to vote. So it's time for elections.
Absolutely. We get it's time for elections. But we've seen, in fact, in the past, these past elections, rigging has been taking place. Do you think in this period, when the date has been announced, and I recently saw your article that you've done with Swaziland News, where you speak and say ZANU-PF has won. Do you think ZANU-PF has already rigged, and because what you say there seems to say you are supporting that ZANU-PF is rigged and they are eventually going to win the elections?
No.
Yet we are yet to wait for the vote of the people, yet we want to hear what the people say. Because we've seen Nelson Chamisa himself has got a very large followership online, and basically even his rallies.
Oh, okay. And thank you very much. I want to make it clear.
I'm sorry to cut you, Attorney, but also we've seen Nelson Chamisa, just something that one of our viewers is saying. He's saying, why is that ED? And then his name is Nicholas. Nicholas is saying, why is ED sending his youth to do another match just after Nelson Chamisa has done a match?
Okay, let me answer you systematically. The issues which I addressed with the Swazi team when they came to meet me and to ask me what is happening in Zimbabwe, I gave them my personal opinion on what I believe the election results are going to come out as. I said Emmerson Mnangagwa is going to win the Zimbabwean elections. Why? Because he's a man who is proved to be practical on things he's doing. He's not a man of just words. He's a man of practical issues. And he's a man who does things that he says he's going to do. And so far, and I've said in the previous interviews, that he's a man who we can now say, since his inauguration to the presidency, we have seen a lot of reforms. We've seen his acceptance by the West. We've seen his acceptance by the people of Zimbabwe. All over, everyone of every age, they've accepted Emmerson Mnangagwa as a champion of democracy. And to answer your question, saying Nelson Chamisa, they were having a match. Look here, this is a match headed by lawyers. I want you to understand, BT is a very senior lawyer. Nelson Chamisa is a lawyer, is an advocate. These people know what the Constitution says. The Constitution is very clear. It says once an election date has been announced, there cannot be any other reform that can be done upon the issues of the elections. And for them to make such a match is ridiculous.
I'm sorry to cut you. But now, when you're going to say no election, no party is allowed to make any reform, what reforms are you talking about? Because some of our viewers at home would like to know what reforms are you talking about?
No, what I'm talking about is before election, a date has been set. Any political party, anyone who wants to participate in the political situation of Zimbabwe, to become president, whatever you want to become, you have got the right through the constitution to come and say what you believe should be addressed. Not saying after the election date has been announced to try and address that. These are lawyers who are trying to play with people who they believe they don't know. But look here, it's not a secret. It's open, it's clear. That match was a match for, I don't know for what purpose the match was for, because the constitution is clear. It is a failed match as far as I'm concerned. That match was a failure because it had no purpose, because it was against the constitution of Zimbabwe. It was against the will of the people of Zimbabwe. So
mind you,
it's a ridiculous match.
Mind you, the constitution of Zimbabwe was drafted when people really didn't know. Basically, the constitution of Zimbabwe right now, we can actually say that we will put it aside.
Well, I don't think. I don't think
when you are waiting for something.
You are well informed. The constitution of Zimbabwe was drafted by everybody in Zimbabwe, with the MDC, with Douglas Monzora, and with Paul Mangwana, who is spearheading this system of the new constitution. So it was an all-stakeholder constitution which was made with participation of everybody who's interested in Zimbabwe, including you and me. Our views were done through our parliamentarians who represent our wishes. And we said that once an election date has been announced, there cannot be any further reform. And for the MDC to try and say, no, we are not saying we are not looking for reforms. We are saying that they should. You cannot.
They just want MDC just wants facts. MDC wants the process for the elections to be done in a fair way.
It has been done, but I'm explaining you the constitution, the laws of the country, the laws governing the country.
Okay, first of all, maybe if you can tell the viewers, they want to know what was the purpose for the match.
The purpose for the match is ridiculous. There was no purpose. That is what I'm saying to you.
So you're saying Nelson Chamisa just woke up and said?
Chamisa, you see, he wanted to just stage another rowdy, muscular crowd in Zimbabwe, in Harare. You see, MDC, let the truth be told, has got a lot of supporters in Harare. That is known. So he wanted all these supporters to come and cause some kind of threat to ZANU-PF. You cannot threaten a party which has got a system which works.
Okay, Attorney, thank you. Just for time's sake, we are moving on to the next question. Okay, we've seen the MDC has done a march, of which you say the march was barbaric and it was it didn't bear any results, and it was just a useless march. But then the following day, we see ZANU-PF calling upon its youth to do a certain the same march. No, but see, ZANU-PF march is clever. You see, this. So now you're saying the ZANU-PF march was structured in a way that it was a clever march.
Yes. What was it about? It was about peace. You understand? It was a peaceful march for peaceful environment of elections. To say we want to have elections in a peaceful manner, in a peaceful environment, and they marched. This was a youth organized march. It was not a national organized march or an alliance organized march like the MDC held. The MDC was a bigger march, since it called everyone they had in the MDC alliance to come and be part of the march. But the ZANU-PF march was simply for the youth, and the youth were saying they want a peaceful environment, a peaceful elections in the forthcoming 30 July elections. And that was very successful as far as I'm concerned.
Attorney, I like what you have just said. You answered some of them. You've answered very well. We've seen, I've got a question from Olivia. Olivia is saying, Nelson Chamisa, he went online and said he met the president again, Paul Kagame. What's your take on Nelson Chamisa, and what is he trying to do?
You see, I'm not going to hide. I'm not going to try and be apologetic about what I'm going to say. Chamisa has become the black Pinocchio. If you know the cartoon character Pinocchio,
Yes,
wherever he lies,
everybody.
his nose grew. Every time, Chamisa has become the black Pinocchio of African politics or of Zimbabwe, as it is. He thinks it is funny to lie. It's not funny to lie.
He's saying it's a disgrace to every Zimbabwean.
It's a disgrace to himself, to his own family, to the people of MDC, to the people of Zimbabwe, to you, to me, because he thinks making lies and people laughing about it is funny. It's not funny. Zimbabwe is looking for a serious leader. Zimbabwe is looking for a leader who is genuinely going to tell the people what is going to happen. Paul Kagame, when his issue is this, he said he never had a meeting with Nelson Chamisa.
But
what does Nelson Chamisa go on to do? He goes to put a clip where he was greeting Paul Kagame, and he calls that a meeting. That was a handshake.
I think, you know what, I tell you, the media in Zimbabwe took it in a way, the media in Zimbabwe took it in a way that Nelson Chamisa said he met and had a meeting. But Nelson Chamisa emphasized that he had a chat with the president.
No. Nelson Chamisa said he gave them the IT skills, the IT blueprints to use in Rwanda, which is a lie. And Rwanda is saying that way before MDC was formed, they already had a blueprint of how to do their IT stuff. And it is a shame for Chamisa to do that to the people of Rwanda. Rwanda is a country which is proving that they are a democratic country. They are people who are really serious about building their country. He should not use his lies which he has found favor in a lot of hooligans who support him and think it's funny. It's not funny to lie. We are looking for serious people who are looking for a serious leader who doesn't think making ridiculous statements is going to garner him support. It's not really, because people will know the truth. And Kagame said it. He never had a meeting like that with Chamisa. Chamisa shows a mere handshake with him and Kagame and says, "Oh, this is the meeting we had. Come on, look here. Let's not be funny. Let's be serious." And I know he can be a serious person. Let's stop the jokes. Let's stop the funny things. It's time for elections. If he's got something to do for his party, he should stop being a Pinocchio and become a serious man.
Anyway, thank you. Here I'm thanking you on behalf of Olivia who had asked this question. And viewers at home, if you think you can be part of this conversation, send in your messages. Our WhatsApp number is showing just below the screen. But as we move on, I tell you, there is also, we've seen NPF joining MDC. Do you think MDC is gaining support and becoming stronger enough?
It's ridiculous, my friend. How can MDC join ZANU-PF? It's ridiculous. Nelson Chamisa, from the beginning I said, is immature and is being led astray by Tendai Biti. And this is what they are doing. How can you say, what the people of Zimbabwe were against is Mugabeism and Mugabe-totalitarianism, which is what we've been against for the past 38 years. It is Mugabe's rule, which we didn't want in Zimbabwe, and it is what we said we were happy to see end. And now Nelson Chamisa, because he's very slow to see things, is now bringing back Mugabeism back into Zimbabwe. It is ridiculous. I won't be surprised to hear one of these days that Grace Mugabe is now the vice president of the alliance. It is Mugabe. He's very clever, and for him, it's taking candy from a baby. And Mugabe knows he's a schemer. He schemes things, and he's already schemed these things, and he's already infiltrated MDC. And I don't know what kind of people you have in MDC. If people wanted to hear me clearly, and I want Zimbabwe to hear me clearly, and I want them to hear me nicely, MDC is being led by people who don't have focus, who are being excited by the wind of the moment. They are not really sitting down and looking at very serious issues. They are trying to take advantage of the moment.
Not calculating anymore.
They are not. They're taking advantage of the moment that the people of Zimbabwe are hungry, and they want to take that as a way to get in.
I'm sorry to cut you. If you're saying they're taking advantage of hungry people in Zimbabwe, okay, when they go and campaign, they are offering certain things, because even in their manifesto, they are offering good things. They are offering
smart manifesto which they introduced. You see, it's the same thing. AD is doing those things. AD has already made sure that industry is working. We've seen industries being open. CSC is going to open very soon. These are things AD is doing. Roads are being built. These are things which we are seeing. Bridges are being built in Zimbabwe. Investors are coming to Zimbabwe. Recently, we saw the coming in of the Commonwealth. They came, they sat down with ED.
I'm also going to cut you there, too. ED bringing all these people, do you think ED has sold Zimbabwe back to the Europeans?
No,
But
you cannot.
I mean, he's befriending the Americans, he's befriending the British, where Mugabe didn't want those people.
I mean, that was crazy Bob's kind of politics. You cannot have politics outside the political leaders of the world. You need America, you need Britain, you need Europe. You cannot have politics of Zimbabwe to say Zimbabwe is a sovereign nation, so Zimbabwe deals with Zimbabwean issues alone. We cannot deal with Zimbabwe. We live in a global village, and as people who live in a global village, we should take in ideas from the guys who have adopted this system for many years before us, and they've proved them in hundreds of years up to now. So for us to say we don't need the Europeans is really laughable. We need them, and ED is accepting them. And ED is a champion of democracy because he's being practical. He's a practical businessman. He's doing exactly what Zimbabwe needs. He's heading Zimbabwe in the right direction.
Mr I understand you, and I believe you've answered the question. But you see, you're always emphasizing ED being a champion of democracy. And others on our YouTube channel are always saying, how can ED be a champion of democracy? Recently, there's a question from Shenika. Shenika, she's asking and she's saying, ED being a champion of democracy, as you say, attorney, we have seen Kasukuwere, who was in exile for some time because of his criminal activities he was doing in government and all the money he has embezzled and stolen from the government of Zimbabwe. But we see him coming back into the nation, and the very first day he got into the country, nothing was done to him, he was not arrested. Yet ED himself had mentioned that he's going to make sure that he's taking down each and everybody who was having a hand in criminal activities that were being done in the corruption and everything.
Okay, thank you very much.
What's your take?
The issue of Kasukuwere coming back to Zimbabwe, he was never chased out of Zimbabwe in the first place.
But why did he was in exile?
No,
himself,
self-imposed exile. Self-imposed exile. He was never chased away from Zimbabwe.
As you're saying self-imposed exile, tell the viewers at home, what was his motive behind his self-imposed?
Well, I think it's something really which should be asked to Kasukuwere himself, but he says, I'm taking from what I've heard him say, that he feared from his life, he feared he would get arrested.
What for?
Obviously because
why would
he was someone who belonged to the G40 cabal and was a strong supporter of Robert Mugabe's ideas, and was really much against the new government that has been created, the new dispensation government. And Kasukuwere, when he left on his own accord together with his brother Jonathan Moyo, and nobody chased them away. They are free to come to Zimbabwe. They are free. Jonathan Moyo is free to come to Zimbabwe. If he has got anything to answer, he has to answer it, like any other Zimbabwean
But
person.
Attorney, I don't think people are stupid to go by the airport and stand with placards somewhere saying, so somebody in Zimbabwe, he stole money. At the end of the day, he stole money.
That is up to the courts. If anyone has got evidence that Kasukuwere has stolen any money, it's your right. It's your right to go to the courts. It's your right to go to the courts.
You're saying Kasukuwere is innocent.
I'm not saying Kasukuwere is innocent, but I've got nothing against him now, which I can say. What I am against about Kasukuwere was his support of Robert Mugabe's government and his continued support for Grace Mugabe to head Zimbabwe into the wrong direction. That I was totally against him. But as far as the criminal activities that he has done on himself, I cannot comment on that, because something I've not seen personally. But if someone should bring it to me, well, I'm willing to take it up.
Okay, thank you very much. I think you've answered that one as well. Then we've got a question from Tawanda. Tawanda is saying, Jonathan Moyo is yet to come back. He's leaving Kenya. He's leaving where you are saying. What's it take? Should Jonathan Moyo face the law, or should he just be like,
Jonathan Moyo is a Zimbabwean. Come on, Jonathan Moyo. Come back to Zimbabwe. If you've got something to answer, come and answer it. Like any man, come and be a man. You were in politics, you chose to be in politics. So if you did something which you have to answer, come and answer for it. And I think you have a fair trial, like any other person who's going. If you were corrupt, then it's unfortunate. You'll have to answer for those corrupt activities that you did. But I cannot personally point to many corrupt activities except to the funds that he is alleged to have diverted for ZANU-PF into other personal motives with political
so basically he stole money.
Yes, he diverted money. He has to answer for it. He says he's got a good defense. Why can't he come to the courts and then put it? Why hide? There's no reason to hide. Come to Zimbabwe. You are a Zimbabwean. Zimbabwe is not going to kill you. They want to know what happened to the money and what you did to the money.
But he is going to be arrested.
No, he will probably be arrested. There's always bail. He'll always be on bail like any other person. He's got the right to bail and all those things. And life goes on.
Okay, Attorney. Okay, my last question concerning if you join ZANU-PF.
He's always been a funny character. He's a chameleon. He can join any party. Anything that is moving of the day is what he takes. I won't be surprised for him to come and say to ED, I'm sorry, can you please readmit me? He's a chameleon. He's that kind of person who wants to be where things are happening. He cannot be anywhere where things are not happening. Very soon, hear me, very soon you will hear him apologizing to Mr Mapanzure.
Ah, okay. Attorney, there's yet another question. We've seen a self-acclaimed, or should I say, a man who many are saying is wise enough to be a president of Zimbabwe. His name is Dr. Moyo. What's it taken? Because we've seen him. Some say, I'm reading another message, some of the messages that we had to type down. Some are saying this man is a poor man. Some are saying he doesn't know what he's doing. Some are saying he's busy campaigning to only 5 people in a small growth point. What's going on with him?
Dr. Moyo, I'm sure he's a good man, and I'm sure he means well for Zimbabwe. He wants to see things changing for the people of Zimbabwe. I'm sure he means well, but it's only that he doesn't have strategy. He doesn't have experience. He's doing things in a way that nobody will really listen to you. It's too late for that kind of politics. But I'm sure if you were to join a major party, he could be of relevant importance to the people of Zimbabwe, because he's proved that he loves the country indeed, and it's only that he doesn't have the strategy and the brains to do it.
So are you saying, in other words, he's not taking any move, calculate, or he's just too late to come?
He's an effect. He's an effect.
He's just there.
He's an effect. He's an effect.
Thank you, Attorney. And yet we've seen also these other parties that are contesting the 2018 elections.
Yes.
We've seen this pastor, or should I say a man of God, is coming all the way from the United States. What do you think of that?
I think you are referring to Dr. Noah Manika.
Yes,
Dr. Noah Manika, very bright, brilliant, sharp man, very good policies, very good ideas for Zimbabwe, but too late for the elections. These are smart guys, like Kosana, like many people. Everyone wants
in your saying too late, are you saying these people, the ones that he's not too late for, are now going to MDC and ZANU-PF?
He doesn't have enough people to vote him into presidency. I suppose maybe if you want to be an MP, I suppose maybe you can be an MP, but not a president. It's not his time. It's not the time for Noah Manika. He's got good policies. He's got good ideas for the country, but it's a shame. It's just not the time.
Yes. I think you've answered most of our questions we have on our program today. And thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
I believe a lot of people have been answered. Some always complain about you standing in for ZANU-PF. But before we go, people at home would like to know, where do you stand?
Very good person. So many people say that, why is it I seem to support ZANU-PF? It's not that I support ZANU-PF. I analyze things on the ground. And things on the ground are moving in for ZANU-PF very well. ZANU-PF is proving to be a party which does things practically. It is proving to be headed by a person who knows exactly where he wants the country to go. Mr Mapanzure is a practical man. And I'm simply telling the people of Zimbabwe, look, he is a practical man. He's doing it and he's going to win. And believe me, people of Zimbabwe are going to know this when after 30 July, that Mapanzure was always right. Mapanzure knew everything all along. Mapanzure is a smart guy, because Mr Mapanzure is seriously going to win the elections. I'm not saying that Chamisa is a bad politician. or he's a bad guy, or he's got bad policies, but he's simply going to be defeated by the smarter men.